Welcome to the Poetry Moment featuring Beth and Fennelly's poem, Once I Did Kiss Her Wetly on the Mouth. I'm Sarah Luckadoo. Grandmothers everywhere coo at infants. I could just eat you up. And there's nothing like the smell of a newborn's neck. Beth Ann Fennelly moves the tradition of delighting in babies and writing poems about motherhood into a whole new territory. Sure, Anne Bradstreet wrote the Puritan version in 1650. Sylvia Plath upped the mom poetry game. But in this poem, Fennelly luxuriates in a mother's visceral pleasure in a baby. Fennelly, the Mississippi Poet Laureate until 2021, and an award-winning writer of poems and essays, has taken up the topic of motherhood many times. In Great with Child, Fennelly writes letters to a student unexpectedly pregnant about how horrifying and difficult and lovely motherhood is. This poem is from Fennelly's collection, Tender Hooks, poems about her daughter's first year of life and how extreme the experience of motherhood is compared with depictions of motherhood in the media. Being a mother isn't simple or sentimental, Fennelly said. She describes the origin of this poem in an essay for Guernica. Curled around her tiny body, snuggling and tickling, I was flesh drunk, the way you can only get on baby's baby breath. I was kissing her chins and her cheeks and her tiny soft lips, which parted, and for the briefest of moments, we soul kissed. This poem dives into the almost erotic pleasure mothers derive from their new babies, the desire and sensual connection with the body that was once inside the mother. In an interview on Joko Palizzo's The Writing Life, Fennelly explained that when the poem was published, she did get hate mail saying she was a sicko. But I got over it, Fennelly said. Yes, the poem is a little uncomfortable, but she writes her poetry to understand her feelings. A reviewer of Tender Hooks wrote, she cracks open pretension, and in her work, which is both accessible and high-minded, she suggests that poetry is, in fact, vital to our very existence. And now, Once I Did Kiss Her Wetly on the Mouth by Beth Ann Fennelly.
Once I did kiss her wetly on the mouth. Once I did kiss her wetly on the mouth, and her lips loosened, her tongue rising like a fish to swim in my waters, because she learns the world by tasting it, by taking it inside. I desired it, her learning my tongue that way. Yes, I wanted to soul kiss my daughter, to slaver the toothless gums and the cat-arched back of her palate, to sniff the bouquet of baby's breath all the way to the vase of her throat. Look at her, in her high chair, wearing her yam goatee. I like to take her whole foot in my mouth. Look at her in her bib turned backwards, like a superhero's cape. Beware small villains everywhere. Oh, that first day when the nurses returned her to my cot, so newly minted her soles were black from ink. They laid her naked on my naked chest so she could swell my breasts with milk song, so I could warm her skin with my skin, and so, next to my more regular heart, her skittish beat could steady. Though I swear when she latched on, all meter, music changed. I whispered in her see-through ear, I'd keep her safe forever. I, her first lover.